It is Thursday, May 15th, 2025, 8:41 p.m. I am very sick, so if I'm a bit incoherent in this video, that's why. And also I noticed that my responses that I typed out last year for this day, the next day, and I think also day 6, when I originally started typing out my responses last year, I did it on a Word document, and then I slowly started transitioning to just writing them down on a piece of paper. But for some reason, day 4, 5, and I think also day 6, I didn't do a proper response. So it's going to be not going to be like me reading a paragraph of what I said last year. It's going to be like footnotes for some reason. I think maybe last year I thought I was going to go back and make full points, but I never got around to it or something. But let's just get through this day and we'll be all set. Day 4. Why have people always desired God? It's true that most everybody in human history across all times and places have believed in a God or many gods. But is that really evidence for God's existence? People used to believe that Earth was the center of the universe, and the best way to cure a cold was to let a pouch full of leeches suck all your bad blood out. Just because someone believes something doesn't make it true. To many skeptics, it seems obvious that humanity's historic need for a God was evolutionary. We believed in gods because at some point in our past, such faith was beneficial to our survival as a species. Religion was nothing more than a function of Darwinian natural selection. But the skeptic will say those days are gone. Human survival is no longer aided by belief in God or gods. In 2010, Larry King asked renowned scientist Stephen Hawking about God, and his response summarized modern academia's most prevalent sentiments about religion. Science can explain the universe without the need for a creator, Hawking said. The scientific account is complete. Theology is unnecessary. So it would seem that whatever religious beliefs remain are the useless leftovers of our primeval past. Like wings on an ostrich or nipples on a man, faith in gods once served a purpose, but now it's nothing more than an evolutionary misfire. That argument used to make sense to me. And if you already hate religion, it can be cathartic to believe theology is nothing more than a relic of some bygone era. But are we really prepared to so boldly condescend the beliefs and longings of billions of people over thousands of years into something as crude and meaningless as ostrich wings and male nipples? Are we willing to say that all supernatural beliefs are nothing more than misguided biology holdovers from our cave-dwelling days? Such an argument fails to get to the heart of the matter, desire. What is the origin of human desire? More important, what is the origin of a near-universal desire for God? Think about other universal, widespread human desires like hunger, thirst, sex, companionship, and beauty. Each of these desires has a real and satisfying endpoint. Food, water, procreation, pleasure, friends, and art, for example. We aren't capable of... I'm sorry, I'm sick. I'm trying to get through it. We aren't capable of craving something that doesn't really exist. We wouldn't know where to begin. Christian author N.T. Wright once explained this truism by telling a story about the night he had a powerful dream, but when he awoke, he couldn't remember what the dream was about. Our passion for justice often seems like that, he wrote. We dream in the dream of justice, a world put to rights, where we not only know what we ought to do, but actually do it. And then we wake up and come back to reality. But what are we hearing when we're dreaming that dream? It's as though we can hear a voice speaking about justice, about things being put to rights. A voice goes on calling us, beckoning us, luring us to think that there might be such a thing as justice. Maybe we believe in esoteric ideals like justice, hope, and love because we know somewhere in this world justice, hope, and love exist. The same logic applies to theology. Why have humans always longed for God? Maybe it's because that desire, like every other human longing, has a satisfying endpoint. We desire God because God is real. Again, there's a today's scripture to today's prayer. I read them last year, but I will not be including those in the series. In my response, like I said, it's just like footnotes. I didn't actually write a full response last year for some reason. Day 4, why have people always desired God? What I wrote, word for word, my gosh, word for word was fear, desire, comforting to know it's all going to be okay. Craving companionship, the desire of belief is comfort. That desire has a satisfying endpoint. We desire God. Oh yeah, so that one, and it's kind of crazy. What a logical leap that is. That desire has a satisfying endpoint. We desire God because God is real. I like quoted that and put like 3 question marks. Yeah, that's a bit of a jump. No, but this is really actually don't have much to say for this chapter on like at all in modern times. It is interesting though. Let's disregard the like I said, that major logical leap of we desire God because God is real. I'm not sure what fallacy that would be, but that's definitely one. But no, like I've always thought, like, take an atheist, put a gun to his head, and he will beg for God, right? Or he'll beg to something. You know, there's always, like, when all hope is lost, people will beg for something, whether you believe in God or not. That is also kind of what day 4 seemed to be talking about. At the same time, I think he dropped the ball pretty hard with the end. The last sentence was, we desire God because God is real. That like ruined the entire day for me, I think. To come up with an actual solution would have been proper, but I can't think of a proper solution either, so I don't know. That's one it is why people always desired God. I can't tell you. I don't know the answer to that, but I disagree with his answer. But like I said, when all hope is lost, humans do seem to turn to God or gods as a last resort, even if you don't believe in it. So why is that? I don't know. I guess I have to think about that more. But like I said, I'm really sick right now, so I'm not going to think about too much more. Just had to get this day through because I'm trying to do each day by day. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got for today. Thank you guys for watching. And whether you agree with me or disagree with me, always question why.